Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to our biology class. Today, students, we are going to study our topic photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the fundamental process in which basic organic molecules and oxygen are produced for all living organisms. This process is carried by chlorophyll present in chloroplast. Definition of photosynthesis. It is the process by which autotrophic organisms use light energy to make sugar and oxygen gas from carbon dioxide and water. It occurs in plants, algae, and some prokaryotes. It is stored as carbohydrate in their bodies. Plants utilize simple inorganic molecules, carbon dioxide and water, which react by using light energy in presence of chlorophyll to form glucose and oxygen. Photosynthesis process is not only important for plants, but it is also important for heterotrophs, organisms which are not able to produce their own food. They obtain food from other organisms. If they are herbivore, they obtain food from plants, and if the animal is carnivore, it feeds on other animal. This sequence is called food chain. Photosynthesis is the only process which produces free oxygen by splitting water. This oxygen is utilized by all living organisms to survive. Equation for the photosynthesis process is carbon dioxide plus water gives us glucose and oxygen. 6CO2 plus 6H2O gives us C6H12O6 plus 6O2. Different forms of life completely depending on photosynthesis. The fundamental molecules produced during photosynthesis is simple sugar, that is glucose. Glucose utilizes in most of the metabolism of plants to produce secondary products like starch and other polysaccharides. Plants also use carbohydrates to form fats, proteins and other chemicals like nucleic acid. This glucose is also used in respiration as reactant to produce energy for the metabolism of living organisms. Now students, we are going to study about chloroplast, which acts as a light trapping and storage organelle. It is found only in plant cells. Chloroplasts contain a green pigment called chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is essential for photosynthesis, the process by which plants make food. Now we are going to study about structure of chloroplast. Chloroplast is double membrane bonded organelle. Have semi-fluid protein containing medium called stroma. Another network of membrane is embedded in it called thylakoid membrane. This thylakoid membrane somewhere are piled at one another in a stalk called grana or singular granum. Photosynthesis occurs at different sites in chloroplast. Reaction in which light energy is converted to chemical energy and stored as ATP and NADPH2, which stands for reduced nicotine amide adenosine dinucleotide phosphate, and ATP stands for adenosine triphosphate, occurs at thylakoid membrane. It is non-cyclic and light-dependent reaction. Next is reaction in which captured solar energy transferred to glucose from ATP and NADPH2. It takes place in stroma in cyclic manner. During this phase, fixation of atmospheric CO2 or carbon dioxide takes place to form organic molecules. Now we are going to study about phases of photosynthesis. Process of photosynthesis is mainly divided into two phases or reaction, light reaction and the second is the dark reaction. Firstly, we are going to study about the light reaction. Light reaction is also called light dependent reaction. The term light reaction or light dependent reaction is used due to the reason that during this phase of photosynthesis, light energy is captured and converted into chemical energy. Some of the light is used to split water into oxygen and hydrogen ion. This splitting of water is called photolysis. Oxygen, which is produced during photolysis, is released in the environment, whereas hydrogen together with carbon dioxide are used in building glucose. Two energy-rich compounds are produced during this phase, ATP and NADPH2. Now we are going to study about the dark reaction. Dark reaction is independent of light. The ATP and NADPH2 synthesized during light-dependent phase are dissolved in stroma, provide energy to synthesize glucose from carbon dioxide and water. Now we are going to study limiting factors of photosynthesis. Rate of biochemical reaction depends on some factors which affect react rate are called limiting factors. The limiting factors of photosynthesis are light intensity, carbon dioxide concentration and temperature. Thank you.